Coach, how much of this was just a change in energy and effort in the second half compared to the first half that led to the win?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think our defensive effort and intensity was pretty good throughout the game. It definitely heightened in the second half, but I thought our team responded to a poor performance against the Knicks, giving up 139 points, and this team scored 137 points last game. This team's got a lot of firepower. Washington does, despite their record, and we knew they could do the same thing with us if we didn't step up. So, excuse me. So we had a much better performance on the defensive side of the ball.
Curious, when they made the rule change that you could keep the challenge if you won the challenge, that was well received in the offseason. Had to be feeling even better about it now after a game like tonight. Right?
Yeah, they got 2 of Book's fouls back down the stretch, which was good. We felt good about both of those situations. Actually, I had to ask for clarity because technically there was still a foul on that play, but I felt like if I challenged it, they would put it on a different player, which they did, Grayson, and then I had to make sure that that's considered a successful challenge and we would keep the timeout, which we did. So.
And, you guys went on a 28-day run, started late in the third, and Kevin kind of had that surge there. And what you feel like maybe from that point forward, the execution offensively, what maybe led to that run, you think?
Yeah, just Devin Booker. Kev started at the end of the third, but Devin and I talked at the timeout, and just he had a tough first 3 quarters, but that was all behind us. It's time for him to take over. This is when he's at his best, and he came in and delivered a hell of a performance in the fourth down the stretch after playing heavy minutes.
Coach, you talked about Booker, but I thought at the 7-minute mark in the fourth quarter, Nurkic, a lot of rebounds. He had 17 rebounds, but I thought his defensive presence inside added a lot of flying around the ball. There were a lot of guys on the floor as well. Can you talk about Nurkic's effort tonight?
Yeah, he was terrific. We're coaching him hard on what to do on the defense side of the ball. I think there were some possessions against the Knicks where we felt like he could have attacked the basketball or protected the rim better. Obviously he's not going to be flying around out there, but he's got great size and great hands and is long. So, we want him to really be a presence at the rim. It wasn't great against New York, but it was really great in the second half tonight, and not just at the rim, but his mobility and pick and rolls. We're continuing to learn our team and figure out the best way to put them in positions to succeed on both sides. But defensively with Nurk, his ability to jump out and just impact the ball at the point of the screen was excellent tonight. He did a great job.
What does it say just about Devin Booker that maybe he did struggle for those 3 quarters, but then had that short-term memory and able to excel in the fourth?
He's an assassin, man. Even if things are going his way, no one ever loses confidence in what he can do, and we knew that was his time to take over the game. So, the great ones, they possess that. They like you said it. They possess that short-term memory. That even things haven't gone their way, they know they can take over a game and turn it up, when it's needed.
Early on in the game, it looked like Gordon, Nurkic, Durant were all kind of initiating the offense a little bit too to get some sets run for Book off ball. Did that accomplish what you wanted it to kind of open the game?
Yeah, I mean that stuff happens more organically. Devin's running the point obviously, but there's times where he's down the floor and we have a multiple ball handler attack, so it happens organically.
How did you feel about Eric's night during his return? It seemed like he was able to get to the rim quite a bit in that first half.
Yeah, we always talk about his shooting, what he brings to the table from that standpoint, but his ability to attack in the open court and put the ball on the floor in the half court as well, is a heck of a weapon for us. And he's one of those guys that gives us our swag, so it was great to have him back.
Coach, can you speak to Jordan's extending those possessions during that fourth quarter run and what he did intangibly to basically get those spark going?
Yeah, we want him to star in his role, and that's to be a low turnover guy, a setup guy offensively at 6 assists, 2 turnovers, I think 6 and 1 last game, and to be a guard crasher, and he's doing a good job of keeping possessions alive, getting us extra possessions, extra shots, and he had a great performance from that standpoint tonight.
Coach, still had a late game situation. They got it down to 1. Do you feel better about about it because you guys won the game, or is it still an issue after tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a work in progress, but better tonight. Yeah.
Thanks, Frank.
Okay, I got you. Devin, coach was just in here and he said that forget about the first 3 quarters. It's time for you to take over. This is something you've done, obviously, in your career, but I didn't mean to have coach say that and then to go out and do what you had to do to help the team win before.
Yeah, I appreciate him saying that. I mean, we've been here before. You know, I'm in year 9. I've seen a lot of situations. I've been through funks before, and you know, I always figure it out when it's time to do what we got to do.
I'm curious, even tonight, would you say figure it out? Would you figure out tonight that maybe led to you getting it going?
I mean, it's just, you know, making or missing shots. That's what it comes down to. You know, it's part of the game. You know, obviously I get frustrated because I want to make every shot that I take. But when you miss, you just got to keep playing. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time now.
Now, obviously, when the league approved to keep the timeout out, keep the challenge, if you win the challenge, that was well received. Got to be feeling much better about it, even now after it paid off big time for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we won 2 of them, which is important. You know, there's a lot of critical plays in this game, and you know, sometimes a call can be the deciding factor on important games. So, you know, to add that into the game where, you know, it gives the refs some time to, you know, take a deep breath and revisit the play, you know, I think it's important.
So you guys are down by 15 to Washington midway through the 3rd quarter. Is there anything that's said on the bench? Do you guys, you know, start barking, we've got to get going, maybe during a timeout, do the coaches say something? Does anything happen at that point?
I mean, that's between us and the team. We have a team that definitely communicates, and you know, we understand that we're not playing up to our best of our ability, and you know, we handle that internal.
But without saying specifically.
Yes, we do. We talk to each other.
And you also you're vociferous about it. I'm guessing.
What was that word?
Vociferous.
That's nice. I never heard that.
You know, kind of like
He's close.
out front. You know.
Yeah, I talk.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Hey, Book, after the game against the Knicks, it seems like tonight there was a motto of no layups. Was that a reflection of that last game against the Knicks tonight, the defensive effort you guys put out?
Yes, sir. You know, we went over the film, and you know, there has to be a relationship between, you know, each player and the big. You know, it's a pick and roll league, and you know, that communication has to be there, and you know, you just want to take away the layups. I think we've been seeing it for a long time. You want to force teams into contested mid-range shots, but if the big's going to come over and protect the paint and protect the rim, there has to be a rotation to make sure his guy doesn't get the offensive rebound. So, you know, shout out Nurk, shout out Drew, you know, for the carryover tonight, and you know, they did a good job of it.
You said you guys had to talk about that you weren't playing up to your capabilities. Coming into a game with a team like Washington, are you taking them lightly coming in, or are you kind of like overlooking them, or playing down to the competition?
No, you know, I have too much respect for, you know, everybody in the NBA, every player, and you know, understanding that they just come off, you know, a game of scoring almost 140 points, and you know, Poole and Kuz both had 30, so you know, there's firepower all around the league, and you know, once the team gets an early lead and gets confidence, you never know what can happen. So, you know, I don't take any game lightly.
Coach,
There was visible frustration in the first half and a lot of 2 to 3 man conversations to try and connect what was going wrong. What needs to improve to cut down the amount of both of those things happening?
Both of what things?
The frustration and just like the lack of connectivity between 2 to 3 players and patching together mistakes.
I mean, you just have to keep coming in, keep working, keep talking to each other. Don't get over frustrated about it, but definitely, you know, feel it. You know, you want to protect home court, and New York came in here and kicked our ass on our home court. So, and we were on our way to that after the first 2 quarters of tonight. So, you know, we gotta get it together.
Just with you personally, how do you balance
balance when you're going through a shooting night and trying to overcome that, and also knowing there's guys that you got to talk to at the same time?
It's life. It's just part of the job title, and it's a long season. There's going to be ups and downs. I've seen it before. I've seen it over again. So, when you're winning, you're on a win streak. You have to keep the same mentality and approach as when you're losing or you lose 4 out of 5. Can't be the front-running teams where everything's fine when you're winning, and then you start losing. It's the end of the world.
Devin, how big was Jordan there in the fourth quarter, getting extra possessions before you got there?
Yeah, he came in, he changed the game in more ways than one. So I think we were down 10 to, 9 or 10 to start the fourth quarter, and we were able to erase that quick, and he was a big part of that.
Kevin, how important was it for you guys to have Eric back tonight?
Always important. He's a vet. He's been around. He's one of those guys when I say, we've seen these stories before, so, he doesn't get too flustered or, doesn't get out of body over, something so little. He just continues to play, and, he's definitely a threat out there.